Ever looked at the term S19 and just thought, what on earth is that? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to completely demystify this skill, and we'll do it by telling you a story showing you exactly how to nail it.
So let me introduce you to Jody. She's a level 6 marketing manager apprentice over at Ibis Stores. She is absolutely brilliant, totally capable, but there's this one skill that's got her feeling, well, completely stuck.
And this is it. This is the thing that's tripping her up. S19 actively interrogates systems. It sounds so formal, so academic, right? Jody's staring at it thinking, how does this connect to my actual job, and what kind of evidence do they even want for this?
Okay, let's get into it. Here's our game plan for this journey. We're going to follow Jody as she goes on this quest. First, we'll look at the challenge itself. Then, we'll decode what the skill actually means. After that, we'll see her take on a mission, craft the perfect evidence, and finally, absolutely conquer her endpoint assessment.
First things first, the S19 challenge. Before we figure out the how, we've got to understand the why. Why should you even care about this skill? It's about way more than just passing your apprenticeship.
Look, S19 is not just some box you have to tick. No way. This is about leadership. It's about making sure your marketing team isn't just stuck on autopilot, doing things the old way because, well, that's how it's always been done. It's about making things smarter, faster, and more valuable. It's what keeps the business ahead of the game.
All right, so we get why it's important. But what does actively interrogate actually mean? Let's break it down. And to do that, we'll get a little help from Jody's mentor, a guy named Adam.
So, actively interrogate. It sounds so intense, right? Like you're putting a system in a police interview room. But really, all it means is looking at the tools and processes you use every day, your reporting, your workflows, whatever, and asking one simple but really powerful question. Is this still the best way we could be doing this? And the key is using actual evidence, not just your gut feeling, to make that call.
Now this is the absolute best way to think about it. Adam, her mentor, just nails it with this analogy, a marketing detective. I love that. Your job isn't just to use the system, it's to investigate it. You're looking for clues, finding the hidden problems, and solving the case of how can we do this better?
Okay, so Jody's got this new detective mindset. She's ready to go. And her line manager, Ritzel, gives her the perfect case to crack. It is time to put all this theory into actual practice.
And this is just perfect. It's a real problem, not some made-up task. Riedel basically says, this weekly report is slow, it's a pain, and it's not even telling us if our marketing is actually working. Jody now has a clear target for her investigation.
And this is smart. She doesn't just dive in head first. Nope, she's got a simple 4-step plan. First, she just reviews what they've got. Then she identifies exactly what's broken, where the gaps are. After that, she assesses other options out there. And finally, she puts it all together and formulates a recommendation that's backed up by hard evidence.
And just look at the difference. This slide says it all, really. The old way meant someone was manually pulling data for 4 hours every single week. And for what? For reports that didn't even show the return on investment. Her new way? An automated dashboard with real-time data and clear ROI tracking. It's a total game changer.
So Jody's cracked the case, but now for the part that you really need to pay attention to. How do you turn this amazing work into killer evidence for your AP10 portfolio?
So what counts as official evidence? Well, APTM gives you a few options. You could write up a full-on system review report or maybe a business case if you need to ask for money. For Jody, an improvement proposal was the perfect fit. The trick is to pick the format that best tells the story of your detective work. Now, this is a golden template. Seriously, look at how she structures her proposal. It is so clear and powerful. She starts with the why, the rationale. She gives a specific recommendation. She clearly lists the benefits, saving time, making better decisions, and crucially, she's thought about the risks, like cost and training. This is exactly what assessors want to see.
Okay, her evidence is uploaded and it looks fantastic. But there's one last boss to beat, the endpoint assessment. So, with help from her coach, Olivia, Jody gets ready for that professional discussion.
So Olivia preps her by hitting her with a classic EPA question, one that is almost guaranteed to pop up. It's basically an open invitation for Jody to tell the story of her awesome reporting project.
And boom, look at that answer. It's so simple, but so effective. She's using that classic formula: problem, action, result. The problem? Reporting was limiting.
Her action? She evaluated and recommended something new. The result? Better insights and smarter decisions. It's clear, concise, and focused on the business impact.
But Olivia doesn't stop there. She throws her a curveball, a tougher, more strategic question to really test her thinking. This is a level-up question.
And again, she absolutely nails it. She shows that she's thought beyond just the cool new idea. She's considered the practical stuff, the budget, the training, whether the company could actually handle the change. This is what shows a true level 6 management mindset.
And just like that, Jody went from being totally confused by S19 to using it to make a real impact at her company and, of course, ace her EPA. She became that marketing detective. So, the final question is for you. Jody found her inefficient system. What's yours?